Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the New York Knicks going up against the Indiana Pacers. For Indiana, coming into this matchup with no shortage of confidence, they won all 4 games against this team last season. And before we tip off, I just need to ask Shaq, when you think back to great teammates, what are the qualities that make a great teammate?
Well, you want to play the guys who care as much about the game as you do, a guy who puts the team first, a guy who gets you involved, a guy who has the same dreams and aspirations that you have about the game.
Well, that name sounds like Kobe Bryant to me that you were talking about, but I always look for guys who could push me. And I could push them at the same time, where we could work together. It's a family, the basketball team, you playing for 82 games. You need somebody that's going to be in your corner.
Wouldn't you like to push Kenny?
Push him out this set.
Yeah, that's what I was getting
As long
at.
as I could push you back.
You may not be able to. Kevin Harlan, take it away, kid.
Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And joining us in a bit later from the sidelines, Doris Burke. We'll see the Indiana Pacers defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. This, their first look at this year's New York squad. Last year was a lopsided affair as they were able to take all 4 games in the series, earning the sweep.
Yeah, and they took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Yeah, Greg, you're right. They're the better team. They expect to win this matchup. We'll see if they can take care of business tonight.
So Indiana wins the tip, and now the New York Knicks starters. They've got Anthony. Porzingis is out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Galloway in at the 1. Now here's Ellis. Anthony with it. Lopez, a screen on George. Anthony kicks to Lopez. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
So for New York, their last game, a win against Toronto.
The thing I took away from that game was just how dominant they were on the backboard.
Well, it would have been hard not to see how dominant they were based on the numbers. They just completely dominated the glass.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop. Hard to believe this, but Carmelo feels as if he's been underrated as a superstar to this point in his career, and I'm sure there are a lot of conflicting opinions on that topic.
Here's Galloway. Paul George making his last shot. Lopez, a screen on Hill. The drive by Anthony, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
For Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him, but with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
One shot.
That free throw good from Anthony. And getting back to Carmelo last year, that team really became devoid of talent. In some games, Greg, in games that he played, he seemed like their only scoring option.
You know, we talk about needing a big three to compete for a championship, and for over half the season last year, the Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half, and when the deck is stacked against you like that, sometimes it's better to fold your cards and live to play another day, and that's really what Carmelo did.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, Frank Vogel and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He told me that he's looking forward to this matchup, their first look at this team so far this season. He said they'll look to play up defensively. As usual, their length and shot blocking a great deterrent inside. Kevin?
Great stuff, Doris. Thanks. That's a mantra we're going to hear, I think, a lot from coaches. Defense first.
You know, we always do, but it really rings true with this group. When they get all five guys keyed in at the defensive end, I think they make things very difficult for the opponent.
Yeah, and I think every single possession is going to be a battle in this one. That's what I'm expecting anyway.
Porzingis. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Porzingis has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to Miami.
And with the number of turnovers they had in that game, guys, it was going to be an uphill battle all the way.
Especially when you couple the turnovers with the soft defense they were playing. That's a losing combination.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Fires the three. The shot by Anthony, no good. Pacers trail by 8. And here we go. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
And with him missing literally everything he's put up today, you can see why the score is what it is.
Outside, George. Pass to Allen. Ellis dishes to Hill. Tries to snap the cold streak and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
The first one falls.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists.
Both free throws good from Hill.
On the topic of Jordan Hill, hey, there aren't many guys like him with his size who can move that well. He's entering the prime of his career right now. Will he continue to ascend, or will he be content with where he's at? Time will tell.
Pacers trail by 6. Here's George. And Galloway pulls it down.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Passes it to Porzingis. To the inside. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Anthony at the elbow. Ellis with some nice D. Inside. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Boy, it's got to be a relief for him to finally get one to fall. No longer has he been bageled from the field. He can relax a little bit and exhale.
Here's Galloway. Last time out he had 13 points. The pass to Lopez. New York moving the ball around. Here's Anthony. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot two. That one on George. Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
For my man PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 3-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for the Pacers. Both free throws good from Anthony.
And guys, talking about Paul George, the continued improvement of his ball handling is key to generating more offense. That was a weakness of his coming out of college. He's worked on it, but making it a strength the way LeBron has would go a long way toward getting him to that next level.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
It's stolen by Allen. Here's the break. Ahead. Here's Ellis. Afflalo pulls it in.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Galloway. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Right wing. Clock at 6. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And it's Ellis penetrating. Good. The assist goes to Hill. 6 points for Monte Ellis.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
They get it back. Out to Anthony. Anthony drawing the double team. In the corner, it's Galloway. Drills it from outside. Galloway has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Ultra impressive, guys. Caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand, but freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
The Pacers making a switch here. Stuckey's checked in, and a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Lance Thomas comes in for Porzingis. Sasha Vujacic is checked in for Aaron Afflalo. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. And Robin Lopez signing a new contract this offseason. He had been significantly underpaid for his production over the last 2 seasons.
And, Kevin, you knew he was due for a raise. 7-footers who impact the game at both ends the way he does are really valuable.
Here is Miles. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
That is good.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
Hill passes to Miles. They set the screen. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Thomas. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Calderon for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
Yeah, second chance points, a huge issue right now. They're getting steamrolled inside.
Well, guys, nobody's boxing out. I mean, I could go out there and get an offensive rebound. They're just watching. And if you're the coaching staff, that's unacceptable.
And here is Anthony. Jose Calderon getting his 3 to go.
You could not diagram a better way to open a quarter.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the lead they've jumped out to already. What a start.
Pacers trail by 12. Hill kicks to Hill. There's a screen. Stuckey the open look. Knicks with the rebound.
Yeah, great look, but disappointing with the miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
Here's Vujacic. Thomas dishes to Carmelo. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Carmelo Anthony just hasn't slowed down. He's already up to 11 points and the 1 steal. Early on, already making a huge difference for him.
And you know what, guys? The start he's had really allows his teammates to kind of just ease into the flow of the game. Now you don't have to press.
First free throw is good. Hill, he's checked in for George Hill. So Anthony nails both of them. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Stuckey passes to Miles. Indiana moving the ball around. Calderon against Stuckey. Looking to end the run, and the layup is good.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
The Knicks leading by 12. Here's Calderon, outside Anthony. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Stuckey. And Indiana shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. And oh, here we go with Thomas. Nobody back. It's taken away by Stuckey. Now the Pacers moving it up. That's good for Miles on the assist by Stuckey.
There's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set up, and you can get some easy hoops that way.
And that steal made it possible. And if they can use a few more sequences just like that.
Now here's Calderon, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. One thing about Jose Calderon, you could see the frustration in him last season, playing a career-low 42 games, and his averages were down pretty much, Greg, across the board.
Yeah, and Kevin, he was brought in to kind of invigorate the Knicks' point guard position, but following a preseason calf injury, you know, he missed the team's first 13 games and never was able to really get going. Remember, coming into a new system where he had to learn how to play differently, and then after all that, you know, you have to shut him down because of that left Achilles.
And he makes the first.
And getting back to Jose Calderon, he's been an extremely efficient shooter for a point guard, 48% from the field throughout his career. But last season, he couldn't hit it at all. I mean, he dropped down to 41%.
Chase Budinger, he's checked in for Hill. And then for New York, Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Derek Williams comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Grant in for Sasha Vujicic. No good on the second free throw.
And, you know, on the topic of Jose Calderon, his game is predicated on getting others involved. Last season, he had Carmelo Anthony to throw it to, and really pretty much no one else. So defenders could key on him a little more, causing him, I thought, to become just a little less efficient.
Now here's Williams. Pass to Serafin, and it's going to be a 3-second call. And now it's time for the Rookie Watch with this season's assist leaders. This is the newest crop of playmakers in the NBA. Jaren Grant, third. And, of course, Porzingis.
It's been a grand entrance to the NBA for both of these players. I mean, I think we could be seeing 2 of the next great playmakers in our league.
Yeah, you know what? They've certainly taken on leadership roles much sooner than anyone would have imagined. I mean, smart, unselfish basketball, you can't help but love it.
And it's the Knicks with the ball. The Pacers making the shot. Thomas a screen. Now Calderon. Shot clock at 6. Dishes to Thomas. New York needs to get off a shot. And stolen by Stuckey. The 10-footer. And it's Miles missing. The Knicks leading by 7. A minute 20 left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Calderon. Shot clock at 6. No good on the 3. And here is Stuckey. Soft touch off the glass. Stuckey's got 6.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here that they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Now here's Calderon. The dish to Seraphin. It's hauled in by Budinger.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Here's Allen, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
The boy, Allen. At the line for 2.
And the first one at the line is good. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. The Knicks leading by 4. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Grant with the ball. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Excellent use of the screen that time. Calderon's got his second bucket of the night.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Stuckey drives inside. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot, and I didn't think I'd be saying this a little while ago, but now this game's up for grabs.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Here's Calderon. It'll count. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
And money to end the quarter there with the triple.
They knew exactly what they wanted to do right there, Greg, and the timing was right on time.
And before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team.
It's easy. It's basketball. It's out there having fun. It's out there working together. You know, the biggest thing is the defensive end. As long as we keep that up, we're going to score enough points to, possibly win basketball games. So I'm definitely not concerned from that aspect of it.
Well, you don't hear too many players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned.
Yeah, or talking about possibly winning basketball games. But I have a feeling he's more concerned than he talks about and when he says it's easy. It may be for him, but it sure didn't look easy for the Knicks last season.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for New York.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
They also haven't been afraid to take it strong to the hoop early on tonight. I like that.
Paul George is out there with Budinger. Then there's Ellis. Then there's Hill. And it's Hill in at the point guard. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Now here's Grant. Lopez, a screen on Hill. Grant. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And let's see some numbers here on Aaron Aflalo. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 10 points a game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Indiana. And Grant drops them both. Pacers trail by 6. Now Hill. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Heat in Miami. Allen kicks to Budinger. Hits it from three-point range. Budinger's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Knicks shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Aflalo dishes to Williams. Back to Aflalo. They get the rebound.
I tell you what, he'll get some of those hustle points if he keeps boxing out like that.
Here's Budinger. No good. Some solid defense from Grant. The Knicks leading by 3. On the wing of Aflalo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Ellis against Aflalo. Now here's Ellis. He's guarded closely. Budinger with a screen on Aflalo. Just 5 to shoot. Hill has the open look. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Hill's got the game tied up here for the Pacers.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
First off, look, every year there are all-star game snubs, and perhaps last year Monte Ellis was the big one in the West. Hard to leave him off given the way he played for the Mavs.
Here's Hill. The Knicks making the shot, and he gets it to go. 8 points for Ellis.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Here's Porzingis. 17 points for him last game against Toronto.
Yeah, but you can't talk about his performance without mentioning what he did defensively in terms of shot blocking. He was a force of nature.
Gets rebounded by Indiana.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
Follow against Hill. Here's Grant, and it's Paul George with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Already he's looking at his 3rd foul. I think the coach will probably look to sit him down until the 3rd quarter.
The Pacers making a change here. Hill's checked in. Then for the Knicks, Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Lopez. Vujicic comes in for Derek Williams. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Grant. And the Knicks with possession here. Aflalo, no good.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Hill, no good. The Knicks have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Here's Galloway. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Again, the miss by Ellis. New York shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Galloway, the pass to Porzingis. Out to the right wing. Now, here's O'Quinn. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. He feeds it to Galloway. And Aflalo wide open. He shoots. That's good. And so Galloway with the assist. And the Knicks lead by 2.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
The Knicks making a switch here. Anthony's checked in. The Pacers have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
Ball going up court. Allen outside. And Budinger kicks to Hill. Taken away by Anthony. To the inside. Stolen by Budinger. He's all alone. Drops in the breakaway layup. Budinger's got 5 points so far. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about how well they defended the rim? Not just blocking shots, but also altering them here in this first half.
Yeah, Monte did have a lot of big second halves for the Mavs last season. Seems like at least half a dozen games for them, he would just take over. Started to get looked at as the top go-to guy late.
To the paint, here's Hill. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And for Monte, it makes sense to go to him late in games. He's so fast that he can create a shot anytime he wants. And very rarely does he not give you a chance to win with just one shot remaining. And guys, no doubt George Hill had it roughed last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury. Came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
He's off on the second. And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
Shot clock at 2. It's stolen by Hill. And here is Hill. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. Shot off the screen. It's deflected. Down low. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut to just 1 on the basket from Vujacic.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Ellis dishes to Hill. He kicks to Budinger. There's the pick. Ellis outside. 6 to shoot. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Ellis has got the lead up to 3 now for the Pacers.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Hill, he's checked in for LaVoy Allen. Paul George comes in for Chase Budinger. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Monte Ellis. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for George Hill. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Thomas is checked in. Here's Galloway to the paint. Count it, and the Pacer lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Anthony.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Hill has the open look, and that one off the back of the rim and in.
And turning down what would have been a tough shot for himself into an easy one for his teammate.
Outside Anthony. Kicks to Galloway. Now, here's O'Quinn. He's guarded by Hill. Thomas gets the bucket.
Really good job of creating just enough space to let that one fly.
That is good.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Here's Galloway. Feeds it to Vujacic. There's the 3. It's hauled in by George. George has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Unloads from 9, and the Pacers tack on 2 more.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
The feed to Vujacic. He dishes it to O'Quinn. And Thomas has it in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. To the right side. It's rebounded by Indiana. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. And George, here we go. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Knicks trail by 4. Anthony with it. He's got 15. Pass to Thomas. To the left wing. Galloway kicks to Thomas. Passes it to Carmelo. There's a good screen. It's hauled in by George. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Stuckey passes to Hill. Vujacic grabs the miss. New York's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Here's Anthony. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for New York. Calderon comes in for Sasha Vujacic. Indiana leading. Hill kicks to George. Good. George has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Offensively, he can be the engine that drives them at any given time.
There's Galloway. The pass to Seraphin. New York moving it around. Shot clock at 6. Galloway, the pass to Anthony, and out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
Let's see where the Pacers are, Kevin, in terms of the NBA rankings right now. 4th in three-point field goal percentage, 5th in scoring. And they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
And you look at their 3-point shooting, they put defenses in a tough position. You've got to protect the paint and still chase out to 25 feet from the hoop. No easy task.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner.
So for the Knicks, Williams comes in for Anthony, and it's Grant in for Langston Galloway. The Pacers have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. Knicks trail by 7. Pass to Seraphin. The rim-rattling 2-handed jam.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
And so here is Indiana, following the score by New York. The offensive rebound. Hill somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Hill's got the lead up to 7 now for the Pacers. New York's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Here's Seraphin. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And a chance here to check out the league's scoring leaders. Number 1, Carmelo Anthony. And, of course, Paul George.
Well, both of these guys have been tremendous offensive producers for the entire season. They're just reliable point producers.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Jordan Hill. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. And for C.J. Miles, he sure can string together a long line of threes under the league with a nice jump shot that has now become deadly.
Yeah, he doesn't get to the free throw line much, and he's not really much of a playmaker, but he's 3D in color. HD 3D.
Now here's Stuckey. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Serafin. And now the Knicks on the break. Grant leading the charge. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Thomas.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they were shooting well early on. I like their spacing. I think they should get back to that.
Here's George. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Miami.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And talking about C.J. Miles, he was filthy last year. Indiana needed his spark offensively, especially without Paul George in the lineup. Miles responded by putting up career highs in points and minutes played. Just an unbelievable impact on the season.
And for most every team out there, guys, they're looking for a guy like C.J. Miles. Decent size, natural movement skills, and can absolutely shoot the lights out. Call them buckets, because that's a lethal formula.
Lopez, he's checked in for the Knicks. And George drops them both.
You know, and Paul George played the first few years of his career in the NBA with 24 on his back. And as you can see, he now goes with 13 after making the switch prior to last year.
Now, here's Grant. Back to Lopez. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. George has got his 5th rebound in this one. Goes up to the stripe. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. George has got 8 points here in this quarter. Now Grant. Lopez sets a screen for Grant. Excellent D there from Allen.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And so we conclude the first half. Pacers out in front, leading by 9. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, thank you. Here with Frank Vogel. And, Coach, you've got to be pleased with that first half. The ball was moving. Your guys were sharing. Things were going well for you. What about it pleased you?
Yeah, the game is simple when you make the extra pass, when you play the right way. We start out playing this way. We got to continue it for 4 quarters.
Thank you, Frank. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. So it's Indiana who's out on top at the half. They lead by 9 points. And let's go to Shaq. What did you think of their first half?
The field goal percentage was off the Chisnarts, Ernie. Let me rewind it. The field goal percentage was off the charts, Ernie. It was well planned, well executed. They took very few bad shots, and that needs to be the focus from here on out. More smart basketball, don't try to do too much, and open the door for a comeback.
And over to Kenny. What'd you think about New York?
Can this team please get fired up on defense? I mean, get angry, get upset. Guys are way too soft and giving up way too many looks. At some point, you got to draw the line in the sand. Be like, okay, who's crossing this line? If you're coming over here, I'm taking a hard foul, and I'm going to resist you on defense.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Here we go, Pacers fans.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
On the court for the Knicks, we've got Robin Lopez. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's a follow, and it's Galloway in at the point. For New York, they have shot the ball pretty on the line, going 8 of 11.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
Galloway hits both of them. Pacers leading by 7. Now here's George. Ellis outside. Back to George. Hill tipped back in for 2. Hill's got 8 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
And Hill throws it down.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong and attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Here's Galloway. The Pacers making the shot. Here's Porzingis. It's good from long range. 9 points in the game so far.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Dishes it to Lopez. Can't hit. And Indiana will come the other way. Here's George. Kicks it out to Ellis. Fires for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night. Knicks trail by 11. Inside, here's Lopez. The shot is off. Excellent D there from Hill. The Pacers have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. And pushing it up, here's New York. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Now that's a momentum shifter there. A steal leading straight to a quick bucket.
Yeah, and a great way, Clark, to capitalize on the turnover. Don't waste any time. Get the ball right up the court.
And here are the Pacers now, following the score by New York. Hill dishes to Ellis. It's back to Hill. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Chase Budinger, he's checked in for Indiana. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. Pass to Porzingis. And he dunks it down.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Pacers leading by 9. Hill kicks to George. The dish to Budinger. Ellis, the pass to George. Kicks it out to Ellis. Back to George. Got a hand on it, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And so here is New York. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Lopez. He feeds it to Carmelo. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Hill kicks to George. They set the pick. Allen dishes to Buttinger. Feeds to Hill. Passes to Allen. 5 on the clock. Ellis goes in. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Here's Galloway. And again, New York with the triple.
4-3.
Pacers leading by 4. Hill passes to Allen. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Galloway. 8 points for him. Now the pass to Porzingis. To the middle. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
And the first one drops. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for the Knicks. And he makes the first but misses the second. Hill kicks to Ellis. And he lays it straight in. Ellis has got 5 points in the quarter.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Pass to Porzingis. He kicks to O'Quinn. The feed to Anthony. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Watch out below. Get out of his way now.
No way that he was going to slow him down.
Yeah, he was not to be denied on that possession.
Outside, George. Here's Allen. And Galloway pulls it down.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
The shot's good from O'Quinn.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
Now here is Hill. 6 points for him. The drive by Ellis. And he banks in the layup. Ellis has got 20. Knicks trail by 5. Down low. Here's O'Quinn. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And the free throws have been dropping for him at a rate of about 77% on the season.
And that one falls for O'Quinn. The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in. The Knicks also changing it up. Kevin Serafin is checked in for Porzingis. And it's Vujacic in for Aaron Aflalo. He hits both from the stripe. Pacers leading by 3. Outside Hill. Kicks it to George. He dishes it to Buttinger. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Buttinger's got 7 points in the game. New York's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far.
You know, it's really quite amazing when you look at Chase Buttinger. I mean, statistically, he was the same player last year as when he was a rookie across every category, even smaller categories like steals and blocks, almost identical output 5 seasons apart.
And it's Chase Buttinger with the foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
Indiana making some changes. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Buttinger. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Monte Ellis. And then for New York, Lance Thomas comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. Here's Vujicic. Back to Calderon. Clock at 6. Puts up a 3. Excellent D there from Hill. And going back to Chase Buttinger, a terrific athlete with a plus shooting stroke. He definitely has some talent, but Greg, his inability to play consistent defense and his subpar ball handling have capped his career minutes at around 20 a game.
Yeah, and that's why he was a second-round pick way back when. I mean, scouts knew he was a somewhat talented player, but just not a complete one.
The Pacers have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one.
Just a fantastic game for Hill. 13 points, and he's made 3 shots at the foul line.
And you've got to take care of business at the free throw line, not just getting there, but converting.
Derek Williams, he checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Both free throws good from Hill. And here's Calderon. He's got 9. Dishes to Williams. Pass to Serafin. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Jordan Hill. That free throw good from Serafin.
Boy, they're making it look easy here. I mean, they're just automatic from the line.
Hill kicks to Hill. There's the dish to Miles. On the wing, Stuckey. Five on the clock. Floats one. He lays it in. Stuckey's got 13 points.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
Knicks trail by 6. Calderon with it. Williams a screen. Here's Vujicic. New York, no good that time either. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Stuckey, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Sasha Vujicic.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
First one falls for him. You were talking about Stuckey. He did play well in his first year with the Pacers. Clark, he helped them as a starter and off the bench.
Yeah, really had his most efficient year scoring the ball to date. And more than his scoring and what he brought on the court, his presence in the locker room and professionalism. You talk to the people around the Pacers, he was a breath of fresh air on a team that has a number of fresh air guys.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Now, here's Grant. Here's Calderon. Not enough on that one as it misses.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Grant against Hill. Hill a screen on Grant. Hill dishes to George. Just 5 on the clock. Hill, no good.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on it.
Now here's Calderon. He's got 9. Back to Grant. Fires from the wing. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Moving it up. And there's Stuckey. That's good on the assist by Hill. Hill's got assist number 8 here in this one already.
You know, I can think of one way to describe George Hill. It's the culmination of several attributes. I mean, he comes from the school of Popovich, plays under control, always in the right place defensively. The way I describe him is just steady.
New York calls timeout. An interesting thing about George Hill, he was traded from the Spurs to the Pacers a few years back. Many people were surprised the Spurs would even trade a valuable veteran when they were trying to win a championship. But who did they trade him for? Kawhi Leonard. A pretty good deal.
Well, you know, Hill is really solid. He knocks down open shots, can run the offense or play off the ball equally well. I think he's a terrific combo guard. Gives you a little bit of everything and does it in a professional way. And that's typically what attracts him to other teams.
Knicks trail by 10. Passes it to Calderon. Thomas kicks to Grant. There's the pick. Over in the corner, Williams. Seraphin the pass to Thomas. Stolen by Miles. George dishes to Hill. Stuckey for 3. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. New York's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Now Grant. He feeds it to Calderon. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Here's Stuckey, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. This break in the action gives us a chance to show you the NBA's current fast break specialists. Second, the Knicks.
I think that's what really distinguishes them offensively. They really like to get out in transition.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Stuckey. He's got 21 points, and he's been a good on-the-ball defender, too. He's got a pair of steals.
Yeah, he's just made a lot of very heads-up plays, and his defense really has been a difference maker.
And New York making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Both good from the line that time. Knicks trail by 15. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Grant kicks to Calderon. Lopez a screen. Inside on the wing, Williams. 4 on the shot clock. Again, the miss by Williams.
Really tough for this group right now, trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they've tried, it hasn't worked. I think they've just got to slow it down, idle it back, and get back to the basics.
And look, rightfully disappointed with how they've played here over the course of this run.
Yeah, you know, they haven't looked good at all here lately. Something has to change for him, and we'll see what he's got coming out of the timeout.
New York calls timeout. LaVoy Allen's checked in for the Pacers. There's 1:40 left in the third. Now here's Calderon. He's got 9. Feeds to Williams. Tries to snap the cold streak, and he gets it to go. Williams has got his second bucket of the game to go.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Hill passes to Allen. Good, the assist goes to Hill. That's 7 points for Allen.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Now, here's Grant. Williams kicks to Thomas. 5 to shoot. Grant dishes to Calderon. Oh, good on the triple.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now here's Thomas. He has 5. Lopez a screen. Here's Calderon. No good. Excellent D there from George.
The tough shots aren't going down for him right now, but neither are the easy ones. I mean, he's got to find the rhythm somehow.
And here comes Thomas leading the fast break. Here's Williams, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on George.
That's his 4th personal foul. Shooting for Indiana, Derek Williams. Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And he can't hit the second. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Pacers lead by 18. And we'll be back right after this. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Pacers leading by 18. Paul George is out there with Hill. Then there's C.J. Miles. Then there's Hill. And it's Ellis in at the 2 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Hill drives in. Hill, no good. The Knicks shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Galloway, the pass to Aflalo. Lets it go from deep. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Knicks. Hill kicks to Ellis. And there's the pass to Hill. Again missing Hill. Knicks trail by 15. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Anthony can't hit. And the Pacers shooting has been fun to watch in this game. They're at 57%. Miles dishes to George. Pick up by Hill. Here is Miles, covered by Anthony. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Ellis having a terrific game. He has 20 points and 2 steals.
No idea we'd see a performance like this one today.
The only way to describe it in my vocabulary is dominance.
Monte Ellis. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And Ellis drops them both. And so here is New York. Galloway kicks to Lopez. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Here's Ellis. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And that's now 24 points for Ellis.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Out to Anthony. Anthony drawing the double team. Out to the wing. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Hill. And the call will be against Langston Galloway. And that'll be his third foul so far. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Ellis, the pass to Hill. Screen by Ellis. Hill dishes to Ellis. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Ellis has got 13 points in the second half.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Now here's Lopez. Aflalo outside. Just 4 to shoot. Anthony. Right through the D for the layup. Anthony's got 26.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Timeout called the Pacers.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here is Hill. Pass to Ellis. Pick up by Hill. Ellis kicks to Hill. Moves off the pick and hammers it home.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Knicks trail by 19. Here's Galloway. The feed to Anthony. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. Galloway has got his 8th assist in the game. The Pacers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Outside, George. High, arcing shot. Kicks it out to Ellis. To the left side wing. Outside, George. And it's George again missing.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Lopez sets a screen for Aflalo. George against Lopez. Shot clock at 5. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Pacers making a switch here. Allen's checked in. Pacers leading by 17. George with the ball. Now guarded by Aflalo. Hill, a screen on Aflalo. George passes to Hill. That's good. Hill's got 4 points this quarter.
And this collapse we've seen by their interior defense, it's really the reason why they've struggled and are in such a hole.
Galloway kicks to Lopez. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his 3rd personal foul. Shooting for Indiana, Robin Lopez, taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Grant, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. Both free throws good from Lopez. Pacers leading by 17. To the paint. Here's Ellis. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. That's 28 points for Ellis.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now, here's Grant. Lopez a screen. And it's sent back by Hill.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And that one's good, Anthony.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Ellis dishes to George. He kicks it to Hill. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Now, here's Grant. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Hill. Here's George. It's rebounded by New York. Lopez has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Outside Anthony. Excellent D there from Allen. Pacers leading by 21. Hill kicks to Hill. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Jaren Grant.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
Free throw drops for Hill. There are markets in the U.S. that want an NBA team. Seattle, which has been a great NBA friend, has been trying to get a team back since the Sonics left for Oklahoma City.
Clearly, Seattle's the lead name domestically. The NBA has also talked about adding a European division. A lot of different options for expansion. Don't think any will be acted on anytime soon, though.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And here is Grant. Lopez up top. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Outside Hill. On the wing, George. Hill sets the screen for George. Nice work there coming off the screen.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now, here's Lopez. They set the pick. Grant, that's good.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Ellis with the screen for Hill. Kicks it to Hill. Can't hit. Good D by Lopez.
Good little 2-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Now, here is Hill, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Allen with the screen for Ellis. It's deflected. Aflalo outside. He dishes it to Anthony.
And guys, more and more, you know, we're seeing the league try to protect the health of the players. I mean, you see the evidence on the court. Over the last 5 years, the league has cut down the number of cameramen along the baselines in half. giving these great athletes a little more runway to land safely.
New York's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Dishes it to Lopez. New York moving the ball around. Pass to Anthony. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Porzingis. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Indiana leading by 21. Outside Hill. The dish now to George. 16 feet away. Second shot opportunity. And Hill finishes inside. Hill's got 18 points just in the second half.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Knocked away. It's stolen by Hill. Now the Pacers moving it up. Hill leading the charge. Got a piece of it. Anthony against Hill. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
Technical foul.
One shot. One shot.
That free throw good from Aflalo.
And one thing that I know a lot of fans are worried about is NBA jerseys with ads on them. It's something the NBA has explored more in-depth recently and would be another stream of revenue for the league.
Langston Galloway's checked in for New York. Now here's Anthony. He feeds it to Lopez. Back to Anthony. And Allen with the block. And they'll keep possession. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Hill. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
Well, fortunately for him, it really doesn't matter anymore. They got this thing sold up. Just sit back and enjoy.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in. New York calls timeout. And with the ads on the jerseys, it isn't something that would sit well with the fans probably, but around the globe, almost every other league in the world has ads on their jerseys.
You know, the NBA has shown that they're willing to try new things with jerseys, much like they've looked at other issues. It started with the sleeve jerseys, and advertisements is just another area they're exploring.
On defense, Indiana. Outside Anthony. Clock at 6. With the shot. Offensive rebound. In the corner, Aflalo with it. To the inside. Stolen by Allen. Ellis kicks to George. Hill passes to Hill. Up and in on the layup.
Well executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
The Knicks have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Here's Galloway and the pass to Porzingis. The drive by Anthony, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And Commissioner Silver taking a bold stance on sports betting. I mean, going in the last season, he wrote that op-ed piece saying that it needs to be legalized federally and basically brought into the light of day.
And for Commissioner Silver arguing for legalized sports betting, that's a major reversal from what most sports commissioners Clark had said in the past.
Yeah, you know, I like his open-mindedness, not just about that issue, but a number of issues that confront the league. And, you know, he's right in regards to the gambling. With the internet, people are making these bets anyway, so it makes sense for the league to take a look at it.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And it's Ellis penetrating. Anthony with the block. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. So both teams changing it up here. Williams against Hill. Stuckey outside. 6 on the shot clock. Shot from 12, and the jumper is good. Stuckey's got 17 points here in the second half.
Well, you can bet the defense wasn't expecting that kind of razzle-dazzle out of him, but the spin worked like a charm. Perfect.
Vujicic kicks to Williams. Some nice passing by New York here. There's the pick. Calderon with it. No good off the front iron.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Pacers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of Game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in Game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Stuckey. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Young's checked in for Indiana. Two on the clock. Whittington. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. So it's the Knicks now. 26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Calderon against Young. Stolen away. Feeds to Stuckey. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Guys, Paul George standing by with me here. And Paul, first, congratulations on the win. What's the attitude you have as a team right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Paul, thank you so much. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. Now we send you to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's standing by in our studio.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Rodney Stuckey. He simply had a dominant third quarter, and it quickly became apparent he wanted to exert his control over the tempo of the game. Shaq, what'd you think?
His play off the bench was critical in getting them back into the win column. Their last game didn't go as well for them, but he helped them get on track. He provided a spark, he had energy, toughness, everything you need to get that momentum going.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.